A nursing technician was arrested on December 31, 2025 for something that honestly I don't know what happened. Why do people want to tarnish our profession? Look at that. He was arrested for drug trafficking, selling marijuana. But why am I saying this? Because you see, it's a biased report. I mean, a report that can lead people to think something else. Because here's the thing. He's a nursing technician who sold drugs. We need to understand the context, which I'll discuss based on what's here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and help keep nursing strong. For God's sake, this kind of thing really tarnishes our profession. I'm going to read the article so you can see what happened here in the federal district. They arrested a nursing technician from a private hospital in the federal district who, during his off hours, was selling drugs in the same area as the police unit. Okay, if he's off work, you can do whatever you want with your life, but what's the problem? The problem is that in the headline, it even makes it seem like, oh, the nursing technician is selling drugs. So when you read headlines like this, first you already imagine it's the guy who's working, but that's not it. It's the guy who's off his work hours. But anyway, continuing. He was selling drugs in the same area where he worked, meaning his clients were probably people who were near the hospital where he worked. It wasn't related, but he was selling, working, and had patients, which is important. The unidentified man was captured tomorrow, Wednesday the 31st. During the operation, the healthcare professional was caught selling marijuana to users with the buyer. The police seized the portion of the drug purchased by R. At the police station, they stated that they seized several portions of narcotics, cash, and a cell phone. The nursing technician was charged with drug trafficking and is in the custody of the justice system. It could have been anyone, right? Because, anyone can be involved in this world of drugs and trafficking. When you have a healthcare professional, it could be a doctor, a nurse, a physical therapist, a nutritionist, a nursing technician. For the profession, this is terrible, this is really bad. Because here's the thing. We already have a lot of problems with our profession, many problems. And then when this happens, it really stains our reputation. I'll use the example of, remember that I made a video talking about the nurse who was drugging patients and their companions here in the federal district to steal jewelry, right? He would take the patient's belongings, that's right, this happened. But what makes this one worse is that he was on duty, using medication to do all of this. In this drug trafficking case, he was off duty and outside his working hours. Do what you want, but you're damaging the profession. But the way the article is written here, it kind of makes it seem like these things are being thrown at our profession. So, we have a lot of problems here in the federal district with this issue of tarnishing the image of nursing. I'm not going to mention the name, but you already know. There was a private hospital here that forbade nurses from using the elevators. They had to use the stairs, which caused many repercussions. I didn't make any content about it, but those repercussions ended it. Nurses can use the elevator that was made for nursing technicians, but they cut their salaries, right? They lowered their salary cap there anyway, kind of as a form of retaliation. So what we realize is just how weak we are. Where are our representatives, the people who can do this or change this? So, in other words, we need people who lift the category up, right? So that's what's important for us to lift the category up. Because when you bring it down, look, just one action you take that's bad for the profession, you pull it down. So the more people we have dragging nursing down, we won't have what many people hope to have. Recognition as it is, you'll have recognition where people don't really believe in what you do. Your profession is completely tarnished. That's the main point. So you need to think about this. How do we value our profession, our field? How do we do that? We need to lift up nursing. That's the point. That's what we have to fight for. We need to transform nursing so that the public sees it differently. Let's go. Several apps let you find out what you have and what medication you take. Here's the thing. You can even use artificial intelligence to replace a medical professional. Even though that's not a good thing to do, you can still get information to use the XYZ medication, right? I ask you, which artificial intelligence helps you insert a catheter? Which artificial intelligence does it for you if you've never done it in your life? Does it do a puncture and administer medication? How do you dilute the medication if you've never diluted medication in your life? So you understand that we have a lot of good things within our profession that not even artificial intelligence will be able to make an untrained person do. Look at the value we have, but look at the stage we have. It's a negative stage, it's a bad stage. So if we stop to think about it, we have a lot of things that only those who studied for it have. We have that. But when I make a video about it, the video doesn't do well because people aren't interested, just so you can see. So bad things get attention. People come to see what's happening. When news articles say things like a nurse or doctor did something or a lawyer did that, it grabs people's attention like, wow, a lawyer did this, that's absurd. Or a doctor did that, that's absurd. So it stands out. In other words, all of this, regardless of nursing, brings the whole profession down. So we need to think about the following. What can we do to value our profession? Because when we're in the profession and we bring it down and things are being tarnished, that's terrible. That's really bad. Of course, guys, any kind of illegal drug, that's something that's already understood, right? Illegal, so profession doesn't matter, even in nursing. That doesn't mean anything. It has nothing to do with whether the guy is a good technician or a bad technician. Technically, okay, but it tarnished the profession and continues to drag it down even if he's off work hours. He's not selling inside the hospital, he's not selling to patients, he's not selling to companions. From my view, the guy can do whatever he wants with his life. But this nursing technician was arrested for drug trafficking, either selling marijuana or selling drugs. Whatever title the journalist uses will harm our profession. So let's avoid that and support each other, since plenty of people are already bringing us down.